But it's like sometimes, you know what I'm saying, expression don't even have to be like expressed.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? If you're around your loved ones or whatever it may be, you know what I mean? It's
I could
just
dig
like,
that.
like, bruh, like, I'm getting my issue out now. You know what I'm saying? Just by being amongst you all. You know what I mean? You don't gotta hound me about what's going on or
Right.
whatever it may be.
Right.
You know what I mean? Thank you for being here.
What's your best way to slow down? 'Cause I'm rolling it up. Smoke like I ain't had enough. What's your best way to slow down? 'Cause I'm rolling it up. Smoke like I ain't had enough.
Hold on, let me woosah. All right, look, man, this is the Best Way to Smoke podcast, and you smoking with Big J.
Yep, and your favorite smoking partner, Serpo. So make sure you hit that like button, comment, and subscribe. And go on and tell a few friends while you at it.
Please believe, make sure you do that. And y'all already know what it is. We got our special guest co-host with us again.
What's poppin', y'all? See Poppin' Professional Hype Woman back at it, ready to pop my shit.
That's right. That's
How y'all
right.
feeling?
That's right. Feeling good. Feeling good. Feeling great.
Feeling good, feeling great.
You know what I'm saying? And you already know what it is. Before we get into the show.
Fantastic.
That's nice. Before we get into the show, we always do the best way to smoke tip. And Serpo Jr. got the best way to smoke tip.
Oh, shit. I didn't know I was finna come with the best way to smoke tip. But roll up, smoke good, live life freely.
That's a good one right there, though, man. Off the hip. You know what I'm saying?
Nah,
Off-
nigga, that was off the forehead. Are you bullshit?
JDJ in the building. Let's start off.
Nah, but that's
Okay.
right, dog.
Slipping like a motherfucker. I gave it roll up,
Man.
smoke good, and live life free.
You handled that like a boss, man. I handled that like a boss, though. But look, though, man, you know, we talk about the effects of like mental health and dealing with a lot of things that go on and stuff. You know what I mean? And we know it's the holiday season right now. We know that. Outside of the holiday season, people still deal with stress. Just all the time. Especially
Still lifing.
right, life is still life, and especially coming up, you know what I'm saying, like in the urban communities and stuff like that. Though it's like an extra layer of stress and depression and anxieties and all kind of different things that's going on and stuff like that, though. So it's a lot of people that might not understand that and know that, though, and we call them like urban stressors. You know what I'm saying? Things that can in a place to where you are dealing with a mental issue in a negative way. You know what I'm saying? To where maybe you got to go, try to find an outlet to be positive and shit, though. So, me, I'm a stoner. You know what I'm saying? And I deal with mental shit. So I got notes right here, though. You know what I'm talking about? Because I wanted to make sure I stay on task on what we talking about. And you know what I mean? Like different kind of stressors that we deal with in the urban communities and stuff like that, though, man. So, one stressor is noise pollution. You know what I'm saying? Noise pollution. And the effect is like this, though. Consistent exposure to traffic, construction, and other urban noises can lead to increased stress levels, sleep disturbance, and even anxieties. You know what I'm saying? So I want to ask y'all, though, growing up in urban communities, when it comes to noise pollution or just being where something always going on, you know what I'm saying? You might have grew up living in an apartment building or something, and your neighbor got a dog, or, you know what I'm saying, they playing music in this apartment, or you know what I'm saying, or even living next door to somebody in the home. And a lot of things is going on to where you can't get proper rest or not getting proper sleep and stuff like that. So I want to ask y'all in that realm, have y'all ever dealt with that?
Me on that realm, nope. You know what I'm saying? As far as like how you describe like certain like noises, traffic sounds, you know what I'm saying, loud working, bangs and shit like that, or things like that. Me coming up in my type of urban community, you know what I'm saying, the noise was like a norm. You know what I'm saying? So that wasn't too much of a stressor. You know what I'm saying? The stressor actually came when it got quiet.
I was just about to say that.
You know what
I
I'm
was
saying?
just
That's
about to say
interesting.
that.
Once the noise actually stopped, you know what I'm saying? It's like
then you hear
What
everything,
the
every
hell was
little
going
thing.
on? You know what I'm saying? Wooty Woot them ain't out there arguing or such. The dogs down there ain't even barking. You don't hear old Johnny kids up the street, you know what I'm saying, double dutching. All of a sudden you just
Silence.
that's when the stressors come.
Mm.
Mothers get the, oh, where my son at?
Mm.
When it's too
You know what I'm
quiet.
saying? You may have certain, you know what I'm saying, friends, comrades. Where my buddy at?
Right,
You know what I'm
right.
saying? Those were the stressors, you know what I'm saying, versus you hearing, you know what I'm saying, loud honkings and all that shit. You know what I mean? But then now that I said like the loud honking,
Right.
you're absolutely right. It is a fucking stressor. Because when I be in traffic and this, like, oh my goodness.
Like, why are you touching that horn? Like,
Bruh,
like,
sometimes,
why?
like, you don't use your blinker. Sometimes I'll be wanting to park, get out, and like, you seen that video of the old boy come up?
Hey, that's a major stressor.
So now, yes, you know what I'm saying? I'm still standing on like where I come up at. It's like the quietness is what will cause certain anxieties, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
But to that point, you are totally right now that I think about that, because I'm an everyday driver within LA County.
Right.
I would definitely, yeah, because I didn't even realize, I didn't realize it till you said something, because, like, throughout my youth, I lived on a very busy street where that's all you heard. It was always noise, right? And then every time I'd be on the phone with my friends, they would always, and I never realized it or heard it, because you get used to it.
Right.
But they would just always be like, why is there always an ambulance running by your house? Because we were just right outside downtown, so we had that main road.
Right.
So it was blocked out for me, but they would always be like, what is going on over there?
Right.
Then my parents then upgraded, bought a house in a very quiet area, and that's where I developed anxiety, because I was just like, there was nothing going on, know, and I was just, it was too quiet. At night, I couldn't sleep. I developed insomnia because I could not sleep. Like, it was just crickets, and that's it. And then you would get this paranoia, like, what the fuck is, like, like, why it's too quiet,
Right.
because you're so used to that hustle bustle, you know. So, and then it's crazy, and it's just like you go back to those areas, and then you're like, wait, I don't belong in those areas no more. But then it's like you're, you're going back and forth. Like, you want the noise, but then you're like, no, and then you're like, you straddle a little bit, like.
It was something I read on social media, you know what I'm saying, scrolling. It was like they described as far as like they upbringing, you know what I'm saying, shooting, fighting, you know what I'm saying, jail, you know what I'm saying, parties, stabbings, all that shit. You know what I'm saying? But now they to the point to where it's like, man, I'm going to like somewhere in a nice gated community, you know what I'm saying, Walmart. I'm nervous as a motherfucker. But I can go to this house party, club, do all of this shit and feel straight up at home. You know what I'm saying? It's like, shit, the way our minds is conditioned is kind of.
It's a little crazy.
Right. Yeah, you get used to, like me, I would say I'm a little opposite, right? The noise and all that shit didn't bother me, you know what I'm saying? Because I was used to it. But I enjoyed when it was quiet. And I like the quietness sometimes, you know what I mean? Even now.
Oh, that's most definitely.
Yeah, even now, even in being in traffic, I'll be driving and nothing on in the car sometimes. You know what I'm saying? Maybe not even really just thinking about nothing, just paying attention to what I'm doing as far as driving, but just quietness. Like, I enjoy the quietness to get away from all the loud shit. You know what I'm saying? Because I've been in a whole bunch of loud shit. You know what I'm saying? To where it's like, damn, that again? You know what I'm saying? Like, this is my thought process, like, damn, that again?
So the noise is like a stressor for you then?
I wouldn't necessarily say it stressed me out or it was a stressor. It can be a trigger because I like quiet. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes. Not all the time, no, but sometimes I like it quiet and just that hum. You know what I'm saying? And to where I can dig into my thoughts or just be fucking quiet. And I'll go to sleep fast. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'll blow me something and just be quiet or whatever. You know what I'm saying? And I can kind of be at peace.
I mean, that all depends on circumstance. You know
and
what
the
I'm saying?
person.
Yeah, like still, even the person and the circumstance. You know what I mean? If you're a married man or you're a married woman, you know what I'm saying, and you may have kids, you know what I'm saying, sometimes that solace, that peace, you know what I'm saying, you may not find when you finna go to sleep.
Man,
You know what I'm saying? Sometimes it's
Right, like-
sometimes that peace comes and he like, shit, I'm finna go take a 20, 30-minute shit.
man.
Nigga, that's my quiet time. Nigga, that's why I find all the peace. And once I get up off this toilet, I'm ready to deal with whatever the hell is coming.
And after that 30 minutes, your legs numb. No,
So let me ask y'all this: you guys can fall asleep in dead silence.
yeah,
You don't have no TV, no fan, no nothing. You can fall asleep in dead silence.
Nah, I need a fan.
I can.
Me, I need a fan.
Something, right? I
Gotta have a noise.
I
yeah.
can't fall asleep in dead silence.
I can.
That shit will have me
I can
paranoid
go to
as a
sleep in
motherfucker.
silence. Yes, I can. But my preferred preference, I'm gonna be comfortable
Right.
with the fan. If I fall asleep like just anything outside of that, it may not be a good night rest.
Is it the air in the fan or the noise in the fan?
You know what, my man? I can't even call it if it's the noise or the coolness. You know what I mean? It's just I need the fan.
Hmm.
It don't necessarily gotta be a big I can have like, you know what I'm saying?
I think it started with
smog,
me as
yes.
the air. Like, it started as a necessity. But then it's just like, you put the fan on in the
I
summer.
think a lot of
shit.
black people sleep with the fan on.
And then it just stays on year round, Like you start with the summer, the necessity.
Even in the
and it's
winters.
like,
hey,
it's
but
gonna
look,
stay on.
Right.
what about this one though? You know what I'm saying? It's like you relaxed in the bed, you got your little TV show on, you don't care about the show.
Right.
But it just got that tone to where it's like it's lullabying you to sleep.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And right before you get there, a kid, your significant other, change it or turn it off, and then you
wake
bam,
up.
You
Yep.
up out of
Like,
it.
why you turn it off?
Yeah.
Like what the fuck? And they be like, you was going to sleep. You like, I wasn't all the way there.
There yet.
That's me
right.
1,000%.
Right.
That's me
yeah,
1,000%. That's where I get that from my dad too. He's the same way. Football's on as soon as you shut it off. He loves saying I was watching that.
I was watching that. Then now he woke though. Now he sit up and he woke. And he like, okay,
Right.
yeah.
Like he'll fall asleep sitting up just like this. Every night, fall asleep like that. Every
And he
night.
could probably tell you the last 3 plays.
Man.
right.
So look, another stressor, you know what I'm saying, that I wanted us to kind of highlight is like safety concerns of living in an urban community. You know what I'm saying? And what that entails is what that entails is fear of crime. Personal safety can lead to a chronic stress and an anxiety affecting daily functions and mental health. And now I'm gonna tell you just like this though, growing up in an urban community, even though if you a nigga that's like, nigga, I'm with the shits, or what, you still watching your back, you still gotta be alert, it's still some kind of anxiety that come with that because I'm watching this car. Nigga, I'm watching, who is these niggas walking up? You know what I'm saying? Who, and shit like that though, man. So
Is that anxiety or is that just like some sort of awareness?
it could be a little bit of both because just say like, you live in a neighborhood and stuff like that though. In a perfect world, we shouldn't have to worry about coming out our house, you know what I'm saying? Or pushing up to the homie house and have to worry about somebody finna come by and pop us or something or shoot at us or we got to get at somebody or whatever. So yes, hell yeah.
I would say both too, because like even when I moved into that area that was quiet, and I would have my cousins come visit, they would still be like, that car was sitting outside too long. Like it would be the chillest neighborhood, and they would just be like, they would aware it's there, but just like, nah, I don't like that car just being there. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Like
Right.
whoever that car, it could be the neighbor's friend. It's just like it just strikes that
And
kind
yeah,
of like.
And sometimes a lot of them like words and like phrases like get like discombobulated and misconstrued.
okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like not saying that it's like wrong or whatever it may be. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? You can actually catch a person that's like really like haven't been through none of that shit coming outside, you know what I'm saying? Gotta duck the bullets, you know what I'm saying? Rock fights, getting whacked in the head with skateboards and shit.
You could
know what
just
I'm
be a
saying? Had none of
female.
that. You know what I'm saying? You can just like not even just, you can be a female too. You know what I'm saying? Not experience none of that, but still come out with complete awareness. You know what I'm saying? And that awareness that person have, you will equate that to somebody that's being paranoid.
Most people not like that though. Look, for instance, look at our boy Solomon. You know what I'm saying? Like the difference, just like the difference though. You know what I'm saying? As far as like knowing the lingo and knowing certain stuff. You know what I'm saying?
He not gonna be
He probably
really
wouldn't.
not gonna be caught up like really in that type area. You know what I'm saying? His type of awareness that he's gonna be looking for is gonna be some type of awareness that's different than what we're gonna be prepared for.
That's the urban. And that's coming up in the urban communities, and it's those kind of things. Like just think about it. Like I'll be heavy on the kids and stuff though. Hey Solomon, pull that chart up for me.
All right.
I'll be like heavy on the on the kids and what people deal with. And like this right here is just like a chart, just kind of breaking down the different ethnicities and stuff like that that's been diagnosed and deal with mental health illnesses and shit like that though. You know what I mean? And I believe in the Black community it's underreported.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And if you can see right there,
16%. Yeah, right.
Right. It's way higher than that though, and it's a lot of the times we are underrepresented when it comes to certain statistics that can probably help and benefit. You know what I'm saying? Help and benefit us and shit though.
I totally agree. Yes, I'm not in no disagreement as far as being underrepresented.
Right.
Underrepresented. You know what I'm saying? But it's like, just as we go and we talk about this, you know what I'm saying, you can still go inside of our urban communities now, you know what I'm saying, and you will speak of certain things that may be triggers, you know what I'm saying, things that really may be a hindrance to your mental health.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? But this child, what you experience, you know what I'm saying, this may actually be the norm. So once you actually talking about this, it's going to come out as norm. So once you get some of these numbers, it'd be like, oh, this child is not triggered by certain things of such and such because it's normal.
Like
and
seeing somebody hearing some gunshots or seeing somebody get shot.
They're going to compare that to, though.
That shit shouldn't
you know what I'm
be
saying?
normal.
They're going to compare that to somebody, you know what I'm saying, who haven't experienced that. You know what I mean? And then it's like, that's where it's getting all underrepresented.
Sure,
you know what I'm saying? Because this right here, if you actually recognize, as you just said, like, nah, that shouldn't be normal, you know what I'm saying, for you.
Right.
You got motherfuckers, you know what I'm saying, just jotting down numbers, you know what I'm saying, putting shit on a piece of paper, just be like, oh, okay. Versus looking at the real problem, like, no, that's not normal.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That number will be way, way higher.
Right. And it's like, look at the.
I think it's crazy that it says 16%.
Right.
I'm sure we each could be.
And a lot of us don't
family
talk.
Members right now.
A lot of us don't talk about
like,
that shit.
That deal with different.
Yeah, that deal with different types of shit, you know? And it could just be like, oh, that's just how uncle is, or, you know, she just been through some shit, or, you know, they're just tripping right now, or, you know what I'm saying? Like,
and it should be normal to be able to talk and express yourself though. It's sad that it's, especially with Black men, you know what I'm saying? You know, the female get out, nigga, fuck you, and my bitch, this nigga, woo, 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 woo. You know what I'm saying? But a lot of the times, you know, it's certain things that we don't talk about. You know what I'm saying? Just straight up to other people. It's certain things that we internalize and just deal with ourselves and shit like that and be like, you know what? I don't want to share that. That's too vulnerable. That's too, you know what I'm saying?
I feel like also, like, even when it comes to just like friendships, like men just have it kind of a little bit different than women. Like women, our friendships are so valuable because we cry with each other, we confide with each other, we seek each other for guidance. You know, we're like super vulnerable. Like our our ability to be vulnerable with that person is like what places you in my life as a friend. Period. You know, and like men, it's a little bit different, you know, or maybe a lot different. I don't know. Like
it's a whole lot different. It's guarded. You know what I'm saying? You got a lot of women, you know what I'm saying? They more susceptible to openness.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
We're
Versus the man, you know what I'm saying?
nurturing,
You gotta peep that shit out. Be like, nah, I can see if I vent something to you, you know what I'm saying? It's like it's an outlet on the other side.
Pull up that link, Solomon. Yeah. Yeah. It's a trip. This is analysis of mental health trends in California for 2024. Accessible challenges in mental health care. You know what I mean? And this shows the incoming level, the percentage facing barrier to get care, and the common barriers, cost, and lack of providers, and long waits in our communities and stuff like that. It's like you can't get, a lot of the times you can't get right to it. Somebody might have a serious issue And then especially even with COVID and shit though, you know what I'm saying? Because I dealt with this personally with somebody close to me, but like reaching out to try to get help, and they say, we have an appointment for you in 2 weeks, or we'll do a video call with you. We can do a video call with you and whatever, when that person might need something, a little bit more, a lot more. I ain't gonna say a little bit more. That person might need a lot more at that time versus then to just sit and wait. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And then by that time, a motherfucker done went off the rocker or whatever the case may be.
Mm-hmm.
So I think just to like highlight it and define different ways, you know what I'm saying? Like it could start with, hypothetically, it could start with us. You know what I'm saying? Just sitting down and be like, hey, my brother, you good? What's going on with you?
But sometimes I totally get the expression part of it.
Right. Scroll it down,
You know
scroll
what
it
I'm
up.
saying? But it's like sometimes, you know what I'm saying, expression don't even have to be like expressed.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? If you're around your loved ones or whatever it may be, you know what I mean? It's
I could
just
dig
like,
that.
like, bruh, like I'm getting my issue out now. You know what I'm saying? Just by being amongst you all. You know what I mean? You don't gotta hound me about what's going on or whatever it may be.
Right.
You know what I mean? Thank you for being here. And I'm silent in the motherfucker.
I'm big with that.
Sometimes.
I'm big with that. Like, cause like I'll like call a friend or like pull up or be like, yo, come by for dinner, whatever the case is. And we don't got to talk about nothing like deep. It's just that company is like therapeutic for me.
Right.
Just like that, just having someone there, so like a lot of the times people don't see that when they're like, oh, you don't tell me nothing. I'm like I called you to come by, or like I've been like hitting you to do whatever. And it's like, that might not be your way of getting things off. That's my way though.
Right.
And if it comes out, it comes out. I feel like we each have different like people in our life for different things. You might vent to this person, you might cry with this person, you might just show up with this person, each person like just has a different level.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So like, if I'm just like, yo, come by, what, blah, 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 and you're like, oh, you always look like you're straight. Like, you don't know how much you could have saved me, like, in that moment, just by like showing up, like.
Right. I could see that point though, and I agree with both of y'all to a certain extent with that though, because it's like if you have a underlying issue, I mean, if you have something going on or whatever, you know what I'm saying, and that's stressing you out or bothering you or whatever. Just, like Cuzzo coming through or something, we laughing, ha, you know what I'm saying? And we chilling, we walk blowing and shit like that, though. Mm-hmm. Yeah, for that moment, that's cool. That's cool as a motherfucker, man. I'm cool. I'm happy, laughing and shit. I'm not thinking about this shit, though. But as soon as you pull off, nigga, I'm
like
sitting
that.
down
That's
and
even like
I'm
that
like,
with oral
damn,
expressions,
man.
though.
You know what I'm saying?
If you do that with straight up oral expressions, you know what I'm saying? You can go to a therapist. I done been to a therapist twice since October.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? Even if you talk to a therapist, it's still that moment. Because once you leave, you still got to deal with whatever the fuck that you just talked to this man, woman, or whoever about. You know what I'm saying? So in that moment, even though this is an oral expression, you may have received insight on something. Yes.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But then in the next instant, you know what I mean? Where it's like you not orally expressing something, but you received a certain insight within yourself because at the end of that session, day, whatever it may be, you got to take accountability for something.
Right.
You know what I'm
For
saying?
sure.
That's where some of yo, I'm going to use the word now, mental intelligence come in at. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like, all right, I done early express something, meaning I done recognize something within me. You know what I'm saying? It's something that I can actually tangibly do. Right. You can only give me an opinion of something. Whether you a therapist, doctor, counselor, whoever, this is only your opinion.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Once I'm gone out of that moment, I got to deal with this. So even if I'm with somebody, whoever, Big J, Pop, you know what I'm saying, and we smoking, you doing our stew, I ain't talking to you about nothing that's going on with me, but I'm at peace. Clouds are going. So once I'm actually faced with this once again, I can actually manage it because that's what it's about. You got to manage the shit.
Right.
Yeah, for sure. You definitely you gotta manage it, and it depends on the situation too, though. Because some things it's about getting through it. some things you got to get through and not just manage. Some things you got to, like kind of work
Them are
through.
them are like the first steps. You know what I'm saying? That's why I call it, you know what I'm saying, your mental intelligence. You know what I'm saying? You got to learn to manage something before you can get through anything.
And that's a good key right there though. You know what I'm saying? Learning to manage something to get through it. And like I always I talk about the youth. You know what I'm saying? I talk about the youth a lot and pouring into the youth. And like with this chart right here, it's the young mental health increasing concerns. And it shows the percentage of youth experiencing major depressive episodes. And, it might be underreported, but this is what we got. You know what I'm saying?
And it's increasing.
Yeah, the percentage of youth with anxiety disorders, all this, it's increasing.
You want to tell you the most alarming thing about this chart?
What's that?
Is that 2020 was COVID.
Yep.
You would have thought that would have been the highest thing on the chart, but notice it's 22.1 and it's gone up every year since.
It's gone up every
That's
single year.
alarming.
Man,
Right.
people were outside with COVID. I don't care what no one says. They might not have been out in public places, but they were walking. People are outside, getting the environment look better.
I think
You
I
know
was
what
in
I'm
Miami
saying?
for COVID.
You know what I'm saying?
Right,
Like everyone was
right.
getting them $100 flights.
Right. them
You
cheap
know, a lot.
flights, yeah.
But I swear, with the youth, I blame social media and the information stage 100% because I remember when we had to wait for that shit to dial up, okay, and you had to
Yeah.
go outside with your cousins type shit.
Right.
Now
right.
everyone's bullying online. You can't control what your kid really sees like that. They say you can, but you really can't. You know, because even in cartoons, creeps are adding shit to it.
Yep.
You know, it's just too much going on. Your kid got access to too much stuff. And it's just they can't just be a kid.
Yep.
You know, so
Yep.
it's and it's just that's all I gotta say about that. I blame social media and the information stage when it comes to the children because it's you weren't built up to that. You know, it's just bam, and
Right.
you gotta people's opinion on you and this and that. You can't really you could protect your kid for so much, but then it's once they get on that iPad, it's a wrap. You don't know really what's going on. It
Right.
takes one person to be don't say nothing, but mm-mm.
Right. For instance, rest in peace to them people that passed away in Wisconsin. With the school shooting and stuff like that though. So it's deeper than just the social media aspect.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Just tapping into the social media aspect because bullying and all that kind of shit been going on way before social media.
Yeah.
So, you deal with, going to school and
Say they need you need bullies.
just the pressure of that. Just say going to school. Maybe you don't have the right, you're not up to par with your clothes. You're not up to par with this. You're not as educated as your peers or, just different things that'll push you back and make you self-conscious. You know what I'm saying? Create some type of anxiety. You sitting in class and the teacher asking questions and shit like that. And, Miss Johnson be pointing people out and shit though. So now you shit, don't call me Miss Johnson. And she say, hey, Big J, get up. And now I'm sweating and shit. Oh,
Hey,
shit.
can I,
What you up? So it's a whole bunch that come with it.
With a lot of these mental health areas and things of such, bullying and all that.
Scroll it.
You know what I'm saying? Do you think these topics has made society soft to the meek, and then the people
Super
that's
soft.
that's kind of a little bit forceful or whatever, not in an arrogant type of way, but in just a forceful way, you know what I'm saying, seem to be bad or a bully type? Because it seemed everything is catered towards the meek. But if you try to stand for something, stand on something that's not that, you get attacked.
I feel at first it was when people were just not standing for certain shit and it was publicized like that, it was honorable. It's okay, people aren't dealing with certain stuff anymore, which is cool, right? But then it almost hinders people from having an opinion against the masses. And it's just and that's when it turns into that cyberbullying, that it's no,
But that
have your
just got
own
an
mind.
opinion, though. You
I
know
don't
what I
like
mean?
no one around me who don't have their own mind. I don't care how
Facts.
crazy
Facts.
it may sound.
Right.
I don't want no one in my circle who can't have their own mind. And we might be on the same wavelength
Right.
the majority of the time, and you might say some left field shit,
Right.
At a different time, I would prefer that.
Oh, everything.
I would prefer that and be like, okay, we could agree to disagree. Why are you
Facts.
hanging out with who
Facts.
said da da da? Because I know what I'm getting.
Yo.
I don't want to like wake up one day and then we're cool as hell and then you're just going with the flow with some other shit that don't make no sense that you didn't do no research into. Like I don't want that around me.
Mm-hmm.
You know, but I would say this. It is kind. Yeah, it's pretty soft nowadays. You know, I remember when like, you know, people's weakness was like peanut butter. You know, like people were allergic to peanut butter. Now people are allergic to just honesty. Like it's
Damn.
you know what I'm saying? Like what the fuck? Like when Kanye was going on his shit, he was like, y'all thinking it, I'm saying it. You know, as crazy as he might have came off or however they might have pieced it
I got that
together
clip too.
or however he said it in songs. He was just like, y'all the thinkers, I'm just the sayer. You know,
and
like
with Kanye too, and that's a little different because he kind of like standing up with the fashion shit and all that. He kind of like standing up for himself, feeling like he being bullied, trying to bully him and run him up out his pockets and shit though. But when it comes down, like, you know, whatever we talking about the youth, when it comes down to, you know, like I'm saying, like going to school or somebody bullying, it's nothing wrong with. We say it all the time though, like the younger generation is a little weaker, you know, mentally and shit though.
Right.
But as a parent and as an adult, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes we gotta adjust because the way we came up was shut the fuck up, get your ass over there. I'm gonna beat your ass when we get home. You mother wooty woo 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 this and this and that. So I think it's right. Shut the fuck up. You know what I'm saying? So I think it's on us, you know what I mean, as the elders and stuff like that to be able to adjust, not necessarily saying to be soft, oh, baby, come here and wooty woo woo, but you can adjust that. I check myself all the time with my son, my youngest son and shit, though. I'll be on his head and shit, though. Then I'll be like, woo, 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 hold on. All right, you know what I'm saying, nigga, woo, woo. I say it in a different, I just put it in a different way versus just like, man, woo, woo, to where he like, damn, for real, all that just because of this, you know what I'm saying? So, I mean,
that's me.
Let me ask y'all this: Are y'all with the soft parenting stuff, or do you have your own way of parenting?
in the beginning,
I would say balance it.
yeah.
Why do you
Gotta
call it
balance.
soft though? What's
That's what
why,
they call it, right? They call it gentle parenting. My bad, gentle parenting, where I'm not gonna necessarily spank your ass, but I'm
in the
gonna,
beginning,
I'm gonna.
in the starting point,
Hey, little
you know what I'm saying?
Peter.
But that shit keep on coming, motherfucker.
Motherfucker, like, I'm tired of telling your ass. You know what I'm saying? I done told you. Damn, you don't get it, chick. You know what I'm saying? But
I feel like nowadays you don't really even have to like whoop ass no more. You just take the iPad away and it's
right,
like,
take that or the video game.
right. It's the end of the world.
Like, man, my life, I should just die. You know what I'm saying? It's over. I should just die now. Just kill me. You know what I'm saying? Like, what you talking about? It's a video game. You can play it tomorrow. You know what I'm saying?
Hell no, nigga. I need to pass this board
right now.
Man.
But look, like, just even looking at the demographic disparities in mental health, like outcomes and stuff like that. So this kind of break down with this chart, you know what I'm saying, the rates of serious psychological distress, suicide rate, percentage receiving treatment. So we're going to start with the black males. You know what I'm saying? It's 27%, 27.3% psychological distress. Suicide rate, 14%. Percentage receiving treatment is 45%. And it's the lowest on the chart. You got the black female, you know what I'm saying? 24% rate of serious. Latino males, 25%. Latino females, 22%. White males, 18. White females, 15.
Who did this chart?
And you, who did the chart?
You got to think of too how you were just saying about things.
California Healthcare Foundation.
Underreported as well. Like as
Right.
far as not even just psychological distress, because like who's gonna really report it in the black and brown community? But I will also say, like even with suicide, that's something families also want to keep within the family. Not everyone is reporting it as such. You know, when it happens, it's just more like just let us be. You know what I'm saying? So even that. I can't even count on that number. I'm pretty sure that's so high.
Right.
You know, because of just like how and we just move in the household. It's just like not something that's broadcasted like
that's-
that.
There's something pretty interesting in this chart, though. If you look at white males, right, 20% suicide rate per 100,000, but yet they have the highest instance of receiving treatment, or almost the highest, next to white females. That's interesting.
Mm-hmm.
And the distress, 18%.
Cause they like that. That'll be like an instance as far as like therapy don't work. You know what I'm saying? They'll go through a therapy or something like that, feel something going,
But
don't
interestingly
succeed
enough,
somewhere else, and be like, man, fuck it.
I think it has that pressure of being a man too, because if you look at white female, they
Man, I
go to
don't know.
therapy 69% of the time, but then they have one of the lowest rates of suicide.
Rates of suicide. Yep.
Yeah, so it works for some
And the
people.
highest one is the white male.
Mm.
Yep.
Stand strong, black man.
Man.
Right.
Yeah, everybody, you know what I'm saying? So, and just real quick, a lot of us deal with mental illness, mental health issues. And for instance, like PTSD, post-traumatic stress syndrome. And a lot of us don't know that we dealing with that. You know what I'm saying? And some people don't even know what that shit is, though. You know what I'm saying? It's a mental health condition triggered by experiencing or witnessing a traumatic event. You know what I'm saying? And
That's a wide variety. You can be in a car crash,
car crash. It's so many different things.
a
But
bike to bike collision.
right, but on topic,
Serving in the military.
right. But on topic, as far as living in the urban communities, a lot of that PTSD stress and stuff like that comes from the things that we see in our communities, from the shootings, from the fights, from the stabbings, from the rapes, from all these different things that we done been exposed to, whether it's hearing from it, having a family member, having a friend, or having somebody else that touched a situation like that, though. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like this episode was just really to highlight that part of mental health, just the whole, everything we talked about.
Different triggers.
Right, when it comes to with mental health. And we're going to definitely touch on this again to like really expound and like dig into it, because we know it's a lot of people out there that's dealing with mental health issues, and it's a lot of people that's not willing to really talk about it, especially men. You know what I'm saying? Man, we gotta speak about it and kind of, get better. You feel me? And get to a better place. You know what I mean?
Starts first with addressing it.
Ain't no question. And that's what we doing. We addressing it. And man, leave a comment, you know what I mean? And let us know if you
talk
deal
about
with
it.
it. Let's
Yeah,
talk about
let's
it.
talk
You
about
know what I'm
it.
saying? And look, on that note, we want to thank y'all for tapping in and tuning in with us. This is the Best Way to Smoke podcast, and I'm Big J.
Yep, and I'm your favorite smoking partner, Serpo. Hit that like button, comment, and subscribe, and tell a few friends.
And see Pop. We'll see you next time.